Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Bridgewater here, and what a lovely evening it is. Man, do we have a schedule of hot bands playing tonight. Right here between Chicago and St. Louis, the music is bobbing. Up at the Union, it's a battle of the bands between the Johnny Bruce Band and the Bud Roderick Orchestra. There will be plenty of dancing going on, and, rumor has it, Bud's band will be performing some new arrangements, written by my good friend Mr. Ernie Taylor. And as soon as I get out of here, my band, the Pete Bridgewater Quintet, will be playing up at the Rainbow. Who knows, maybe we'll stay late and jam. And down at Danceland, the Trimble Orchestra should be starting any minute. Here's an Ernie Taylor original called Axle Ride.
Thank you.
How about playing all of me, Gene?
Well, I'm not sure your date would appreciate me playing all of you, but I guess we'll give it a try.
How about Careless, Gene?
Who cares? Sure, we'll play it.
When are you going to quit farming and go for the big time, Gene?
This is the big time. Ready, gang? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3.
Everybody all over our 100-mile area radius, I guess, or really further than that. Anyway, they knew there was going to be a dance in Newman on Saturday night, and everybody showed up there, and we just looked forward to it as much as the crowd did, I hope.
Well, hello there, Bruce. Glad you could make it.
Oh, you know I wouldn't miss your boyfriend's band for anything, Ann. Just finished a ball game, otherwise I'd have been here earlier.
2 dates tonight, Bruce.
No, just giving him a ride. They were walking.
Well, I knew some girls from Villa Grove, which is probably 15 or 16 miles from Newman, who would start out on Saturday night walking to the dance because they knew there'd be somebody come by in a car and pick them up and take them.
Well, there's a full house up there. Should be plenty of ladies dying to dance with you.
Well, let's hope so. You know, I really enjoy coming stag. That way I get to dance a little with all the girls.
Well, hello there, Lyle.
Good evening, ladies. And gentlemen. Nice to see so many friends here this evening. Well, hello there.
You know the rule, don't you?
What rule?
If a fellow picks up a girl on her way to Danceland, she owes him the first dance.
Well, I'm not one to break a rule, but I don't know how to dance very well.
Why don't I teach you?
You think so?
Sure, it'll be easy. Just stand on my feet. I'll teach you everything you need to know.
Here's one you might know called the Johnson Rag. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3.
Going to Danceland was enjoyable to me because I like to dance with various people, various backgrounds, having grown up with 3 older sisters, had taught me, I thought, very well. Main things being feeling the music, enjoying the music. To this day, I still feel the music and I enjoy the music. Gene Trimble's band was one that could reach the inner depth of you as far as music, because he played a variety of things that were appealing to all of us, and that made it fun. And to this day, I still look back on those days as some of the most enjoyable in my life.
Gene Trimble was a senior when I was a freshman, and he played the trumpet and had a group of musicians around him, so we started practicing at each other's houses and became a band and started playing for proms, and it was fun. He made it fun for all of us.
Look at them, would you?
Yeah, get a couple more in me and I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah, right. And then you're gonna tell me you can play the trumpet like Gene Trimble.
The original hall that we had was upstairs over what is now Newman City Hall. And if anyone came up that had been drinking, or if anyone was drinking up there, Moose would bring them to the top of the stairs and give them a gentle nudge, and they would fall down the stairs usually. But he was always good to them, really, and they'd come back the next week. But I'd hear that noise of the thump, thump, thump as they went down the stairs, and I hated to hear that sound.
Thank you. Thanks a bunch.
Hello there, Gene. I wanted to tell you I think your playing is really on tonight.
Well, thank you, Lyle. Your dancing is wonderful.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, listen, aren't you a singer too?
Sort of. Some people say I sound like Eddie Howard.
Hey, Gene.
Yeah, Gene.
I think I found us a singer. Says he sounds like Eddie Howard.
Well, any singer who can sing like Eddie Howard can sing with my band. I didn't know you sang, Lyle.
I just kind of...
Well, I have an extra jacket behind the piano. Put it on and we'll give it a try.
Are you sure?
No, just hurry up before I make a decision.
Told you he'd be absolutely honored.
Hello there. I don't believe we've ever met. My name is Bruce Carroll, and I would love to dance with you.
I thought you'd never ask.
Ladies and gentlemen, a song made popular by Mr. Eddie Howard. It's Careless. A 1, 2.
Dancing at Danceland with Gene Trimble's orchestra, he was always a participant as well as a band leader, which meant that if you went by the dance floor and had an attractive young lady with you, he would pretend that he was kissing that trumpet, which made a funny sound, and I'm sure he still does it today. But it was just the kind of thing that everyone looked forward to, because he himself made you feel so welcome, and that he knew most of us that were there.
You're really lucky, Lyle.
Why's that?
Well, this is a great band. And if Gene likes your singing, well...
So do you want to go for a Coke with me in intermission?
Well, sure. But let's see how you do first.
I never missed the Saturday night dance at Danceland Ballroom. Enjoyed it very much. Of course, Ann was always there to dance with. Enjoyed that too. One night I was given an opportunity to sing, and which I did, and I enjoyed that very much. I noticed the cute piano player, so I asked her for a drink at intermission, which she accepted. And we dated regularly then for several years, and our lives kind of expanded with the band, and we've been happy to play with Jean through all these years.
Are you just careless as you seem to be? Or do you just careless for me?
Mr. Lyle Davis on vocals, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Now, any of you ladies who haven't gotten your chance, don't worry. Bruce Carroll has informed me that he intends to dance with every girl in the house tonight. Isn't that right, Bruce?
You're the boss, Gene.
Who told you that? Speaking of the boss, if any of you would care to book the band, you'll have to work it out with our manager. Where is she? There she is, Miss Ann McIntyre. But watch your checkbooks. I don't let her manage me for nothing.
Gene loves music, and to me it would have been asking him, like, take off your right arm for me if I'd asked him to quit playing. That was never in the picture. But I did think a lot of times when our kids were growing up and I was home babysitting on Saturday night that I was the only person in the world not out having a good time on Saturday night.
I just like music, and as Ann said, I play from my heart. I don't play from, I can't read music too well. And I just love to see people have a good time. But it was always a source of income a little bit. Some nights were real good and other nights were terrible, but when we started out, we were getting 10 cents a person for the night, and I think the most we ever received was like $1 on New Year's Eve. But there were so many good songs out there, and about every song means something to somebody. And it's my place to try to remember what that is.
Now, if you aren't down in Newman stomping with Gene Trimble, and I mean stomping, you still have time to catch the Johnny Bruce Band up at the Union. They'll be going on any minute now, followed by Bud Roderick and his orchestra. Bud's band will be debuting some new Ernie Taylor arrangements. And don't forget, I'll be jamming later at the Rainbow. Have a good evening, folks, and thanks for tuning in. Here's one more from Mr. Taylor called Basie Street.
I'm really sorry I'm late, Ruth.
I know, Ira. Well, where are we going to be late to tonight?
I thought we'd dance up at the Union. The first band hasn't even started yet.
Starting any minute, I heard. But, how are you going to get in, Ira? Aren't we supposed to be students?
Don't worry, we'll get in. We'll get in.
Lots of great memories still to come. Wonderful music, the original music. We hope you're enjoying I'd Be Delighted. Don't go away, because we're going to come back to the program in just a few minutes, and we're going to see that Battle of the Bands recreated at the Illini Union between Bud Roderick's band and Johnny Bruce's band. Great stuff still to come. And this is one of our key programs, one of our showcase programs for the September celebration. This is real history, folks. Real local people. They're real local people on the program itself. Many of them actors and performers, dancers from this area. Some of them from the Champaign-Urbana Theater Company, who are answering phones behind us tonight as volunteers. So now it's time for you to get involved and to show your support for great programs on public television, great music, great docudramas like this one that we're really experimenting with. If it's the kind of program you'd like to see more of, make that call. Show your support for great programs on Channel 12. Area code 217-333-8812. Make that call right now. I'm going to throw it over to Jack Kelly. Mr. Kelly.
Oh, thank you, Ellis. It's interesting to listen to Gene Trimble talk in the show. He talked about, there's a lot of great songs out there that he wanted to play. And that's how I feel about local productions. There's a lot of great stories out there. And WILL-TV is a station that believes in doing local productions. And this, I think, it's a unique signature of the station because we bring you stories that are Central Illinois and Illinois stories. And it's stations. Look at it this way. If we weren't doing it, it wouldn't be done because who is going to recreate this that you're seeing tonight? In fact, I was talking with a gentleman earlier this evening, and he was very, very excited. He's a musician, and he's very excited because he's saying, boy, we've forgotten about how things were back in 1947. And that's why he loves us recreating that. So I hope you'll enjoy it too, and you're enjoying the program, and you'll pick up that phone and call 217-333-8812.
Another great reason for you to call tonight. We have a challenge. Mrs. Adams of Urbana, she's a woman who enjoys programs on Channel 12 and wants to ensure that music programs will be here for everyone to enjoy for a long time to come. So every pledge made tonight during I'd Be Delighted, she'll add an extra $10 to, up to a total of $400. That's 40 calls. So that's what we're looking for. We encourage you to make that pledge tonight because it'll really help Channel 12 out. Go to the phone right now at 333-8812. I want to say a special thank you to Colwell Systems in Champaign. They have provided underwriting support for tonight's programs. They invite you to join them in supporting Channel 12. This has been the work of a lot of people behind those cameras, a lot of people in the editing suites, a lot of those people who were part of the bands in the late 40s who opened their libraries and opened their hearts and told us their stories on this wonderful program. You're hearing it right from their mouths. And it is a wonderful opportunity for all of us to hear some great music just the way it sounded then. And to hear it from these great performers and great artists and great talents, and all of them are neighbors. Make that call right now. Show your support at 333-8812.
You know, Alice, you mentioned how many people worked on it. We had a cast and crew of over 200. That's how many people are here. 200 people who have donated their time to make this production happen. Now we have a lot of membership levels that you can join at. If you're saying, oh, what do I join at? Well, there's a lot of levels. The basic level is $40. There's a contributor level, $250 patron level. Maybe make it $200, one for every person who participated in this show. It's easy to do. If it was a $120 level, that'd be like $10 a month. Simple to do. Now, we do have, as always, some thank you gifts, and I'm going to show and run through those real quick with you. We have the Benny Goodman's Greatest Hits, and this is a CD, and this goes, if you pledge at the $120 level, you can receive the Benny Goodman CD. At the $75 level, we have the Glenn Miller Pure Gold, and that's at the $75 level. But tonight only, if you pledge at the $75 level, you can get a copy of I'd Be Delighted, the program itself, produced on a VHS tape that we'd send you. That's tonight only at the $75 level. So you give us a call at 217-333-8812 and say, yes, I want to support local productions, and yes, I'd like to get a copy of that. We have one other thing. This is a drawing, right, Ellis? Yes. This is a drawing. Let me pop this back in here. This is a special WILL drawing that is a kind of a tote bag. Bring it in here. That has, it's all WILL stuff, all right? And the WILL stuff in the bag include the I'd Be Delighted tape, a program from I'd Be Delighted, a dance card from I'd Be Delighted, the I'd Be Delighted poster, and, as you're enjoying all this, a mug. Dun, dun, dun. So this is for a drawing. So if you call in tonight, your name gets entered into the drawing, and you get a chance to receive that. Ellis?
Drawing, premium gift, all these reasons, the challenge, all these reasons for you to make your...
I I've been looking forward to this dance all week, Grace.
I know, I can't wait to get out on the dance floor.
I can't wait to hear the Johnny Bruce Band. You know their trumpet players play with Jimmy Dorsey, don't you?
I know.
Really? Yes, John O'Connor's his name. Do you know him? No, I was talking to Dan Perino, the sax man. You know Dan Perino? Sure, I took his music class last semester. You've got to introduce me.
Me too, the Johnny Bruce Band's my favorite.
One of the big bands that we danced to was the Johnny Bruce Band. It must have had 11 or 12 people in it, and that was thrilling. It was just like we heard on the radio.
So, Mary, you'll introduce me to the band later? Sure, if you don't meet your Prince Charming on the dance floor.
I think tonight might be your lucky night, Joan.
Well, shall we dance?
I'd be delighted.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Bruce here. I'd like to continue with the number featuring Dan Perino on the saxophone, John O'Connor on the trumpet. It's All of Me. Ready, boys?
Well, for me, it was really a thrill because the Johnny Bruce Band, for the most part, was made up of all faculty of the School of Music. And you had a wonderful rhythm section, and you had wonderful instrumentalists. So when you went to the job, it wasn't just another job, there was a challenge there. And that meant that you had to really hold up your end of the bargain because they were all such good musicians.
My mother was a great singer and a great pianist. So in my early age, I was taught to sing. And when she bought me my first trumpet, I was taught to play that trumpet as if I were a singer with the trumpet. And I kept that in front of me throughout all of my years of development. When I came into the college scene, that was embedded within my personality. And so I to this day, I've been a singer in the sense that you sing through a piece of brass. It's all part of you. It's woven into your system.
Life was a lot simpler in those days. We didn't have television. We didn't have all of the diversions that we have today. And so consequently, you focused on live entertainment. And good ballrooms would house 2,000 to 3,000 dancers. And that was a big event because that was the focus of entertainment in those days.
What a fine group of dancers you all are this evening. It's great to be here with you.
What gives, Uncle Bud? You seem a little tense.
Oh, I just feel a little pressured lately, that's all. You know, make up for lost time because of the war.
But that's what's nice about playing music. You can just let all that pressure go away.
Yeah, the good nights are kind of like magic, aren't they?
Speaking of magic, where's our unbelievable arranger, Mr. Taylor? I haven't seen his bass yet.
Well, he's supposed to be bringing a new arrangement for us to play tonight. I better go call him. You know we're on soon.
3, 4, 5.
As you know, musicians they thrive on rapport with an audience, just like an actor does on the stage. And when you're clicking and something's coming out of that horn that just gels, you can feel it. You know it's going to be good. And you can tell by the expressions and the rhythms of the dancers and so forth. That's a marvelous feeling.
Ruth and I always enjoyed dancing. And when we were at a dance one night, a strange thing happened, and while we were dancing, everybody kind of left the floor, so we followed them off the floor. Then later, the same thing happened again, and I told Ruth we should stay out there, which we did, and because we came there to enjoy dancing.
The chemistry between the dancers and the band and the music that's being played has to be right in order for it to click. Everybody is putting their energy and their skills into the music to make it the very best. And if the dancers feel that, then their dancing is going to be all the better.
Ernie, what are you doing? We're on soon.
I'm on my way, bud. Just finished up a new score.
Well, hurry up. We can't play it without the music. I mean, I've heard it, but the rest of the boys will need to look it over.
No, you haven't heard this one yet, being how I just wrote it last night.
What?
Well, this morning. What do you mean you just wrote it this morning? Oh, yeah, I worked up the other tune yesterday, and then last night I couldn't sleep, and at about 3 o'clock this morning, I had it. This whole new arrangement in my head.
Well, is it good?
Good enough that I came down here in my underwear to start writing it out. As a matter of fact,
Ernie, you there?
Yeah, bud, listen, I gotta get moving. I'll be there right away.
In writing a song, with me, I just don't do it. It pops in my head and I hear it. And then I sit down and write the melody out. And then I orchestrate it for whatever orchestra I'm going to do it for. And before I do that, I get the whole arrangement in my head completely organized. So all I have to do is copy it down. So there are a lot of arrangers who they'll sit and play over something hour after hour before they get what they want. With me, it doesn't work that way. I get it in my head and then I just write it out.
Mary Hussey, it's been ages. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
May I have the next dance?
Sure, the next dance should be starting soon.
Thank you very much. It's been our pleasure performing for you this evening. Bud Roderick and the orchestra will be up next. Thanks again.
Hey, Stan, you listening to me?
Yeah, Uncle Bud, go ahead.
Whoa, Stan, I'm afraid you're going to have to give up your music for that one.
What?
A lot of the wives were a little ticked off about our musicianship because we were having fun while they were home taking care of the kids. so that goes with the band business as well as a lot of other professions. People, the husbands are gone and the poor wives are left with raising the children. But my wife eventually took enough of it. She said, "We don't need that money that you're making. We'll get along without it, you know."
Hey, where are you running off to?
Oh, I've got a million papers to grade.
Listen, you sounded good tonight, Dan. You really perked up once we started playing.
Thanks. When I got here, I was a little tired, but when I hit the bandstand, the music really picked me up.
Yeah, I could tell. You know, I still have this feeling that one of these days you're going to get that itch to be a band leader again.
As long as you pay for gas and food, because last time I led a band, we didn't have money for either.
What about your military band?
Oh, sure. Next time there's a war, I'll start a band.
And I get to be in it.
You'll be on the front line. See you later.
Take care, Dan.
Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me, sorry. Coming through. Excuse me. Excuse me, ladies. Sorry. Coming through. Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me.
Oh, man, am I glad to see you.
What do you got here, Taylor?
Brand new arrangement.
Stardust.
Don't worry, Stash. There's some arrangements in there for you to sing.
You're a good man, Taylor.
I'll say. He's a damn good man.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Bud Roderick saying hello, and I'd like to say it's really a great big pleasure seeing so many of you out here this evening. We'd like you to come up, bring request tunes. When we have the opportunity, we'll play them for you. Shake hands with all those friends you see around you, and all told, have a good time. We got all the boys out here, do a lot of entertaining, so do come up and say hello now. Here's Stan Williams to sing an Ernie Taylor arrangement of I Can Dream, Can't I?
You know, Mary, I didn't know you liked dancing.
Oh no, I love dancing. Always have.
I didn't start to dance really until I was in the university because my mother very strongly disapproved of dancing. So I didn't have an opportunity to dance in high school very much. But then when I went to the university, I went anyway, whether she liked it or not, and she had to get used to the idea that I was going to go dancing. She found out that there was no great damage in it. I survived, and so I continued, and I always enjoyed it. It was my favorite pastime.
Never belong to me, but I can dream, can't
I was a ballad singer. I did not do up-tempo thing. That has never been my style. But I never thought of myself being anything special as far as the band was concerned, because all the musicians that were playing and backing me up were specialists on their horns. So playing as I did, I just felt it was felt that I had something to contribute to the band, even though I was not the great instrumentalist that a lot of the other musicians were.
But I can dream, can I adore you, oceans apart? I can't keep you out of my heart, but I can dream, can't I?
I'm not saying I dislike Fred Astaire. Gene Kelly just has something I like better.
Let's get back into the dancing mood.
It's Joan, right? Okay, Joan, just keep dancing with me. I'll make them both look like clowns.
Please excuse me. I really need to go.
But Tootsie,
That's Joan.
they're playing Got My Love, my favorite.
To be a part of having the dance successful was to see almost everyone on the dance floor at the same time, dancing and moving with the music. And there were a few dances that we played that I could swear if I could have been prone on the floor and legs on the side and watching, every foot was off the ground or off the dance floor at the same time. It was just a wonderful experience when you could have that kind of thing happening.
I was home from college and I went to a dance as single. So this very handsome guy came and asked me to dance. And he's very suave and debonair, and he was very excellent dancer. And he was swinging us all over the floor. And he tripped, and I fell, and we all fell. We tripped other dancers, and it was terribly embarrassing. And he lifted me up, took me to the door, and said good night. And I didn't know what to do.
We just had a request for Stardust. Think the boys are up to it?
You're the one who calls the shots, bud. Hey, you know, heck, it sounded great in my head.
I think probably one of the biggest challenges facing us at a dance at any time was to make sure that the ladies and gentlemen danced. That's why you were there, was to get them to dance. And if you were playing numbers that didn't suit the crowd, they just didn't dance. And so it was always, no matter where you were, it was a challenge to get the people to dance. And after you had them dancing, you kept them dancing.
This
what you're doing typically is you're working up front with a microphone. You know, that's the way it always goes, and usually it's you do a chorus, and then the band plays the first half of the next number, then you're liable to finish out. And you watch the dancers, you know, and there's some good-looking dame out there. You keep your eye on her like all the other musicians do. It goes with the business.
Mine to hold as I'm holding you now, and yet never so near. Mine to hold when the now and the here disappear. What matters, dear, for when this couldn't happen again. We'll have this moment forever, but never, never again.
Thank you very much. We just had a special request for a fine song you've learned to love. It'll be our debut of this Hoagie Carmen Hotel.
Let's continue with another old favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, Stardust, arranged by Mr. Ernie Taylor.
And it was always a pleasure when Ernie would throw something new on the rack, something new that we would be playing for the first time. And I think we all admired him for his musicianship. He played wonderful string bass with us. And sometimes at intermissions you would find him up at the piano while the rest of us were goofing off. Ernie'd be back there working on a new arrangement off of the grand piano.
Best about the big band era was that you never had to go outside of your house at night to listen to a big band live. Like all you had to do was turn your radio on at 10 o'clock at night, and then from 10 till midnight you could pick up bands all over. Well, it was great for me because I had an opportunity to listen and learn at the same time, and that was helping me learn how to write.
John. What are you doing back? I thought you had papers to grade.
Ah, heck, John, I had to come back.
Yeah. Yep, you've got it. Just like the rest of us, you're hooked, too. You can't stand to be away from it. It's too bad you just got here.
Oh, no, I've actually been in the back of the room listening for a while.
The Bud Roderick Band was a very fine band, and they came closer to being a total, more of a swing band than exclusively a dance band. And we would go around to listen to each other's bands. And, well, for one thing, just the curiosity of hearing the band, and secondly, to be motivated by the music that they were playing.
I owe a lot to music, the experience, so many things. Meeting of the people, learning to please people, the bookwork that was there, the attention to detail, the commitment, learning of first impressions. So many things belong in that I learned from this. Actually, this is kind of a play on words, I suppose. but I got a PhD, really, in dealing with the public from being in front of a dance band. And it's too bad to grow old, because I miss it.
Well, folks, that's all we have time for tonight. It's been great fun playing for you all. Thanks for coming out, dancing, and having fun with us. Let's do it again sometime. So long for now, and have a good night.
Sounded great tonight.
Yes, both bands were fantastic.
Oh, we sure do appreciate it. Any musician will tell you it's always a good time when you're playing for a group of fine dancers like yourselves.
I'm Josie.
Hi, I'm Stan.
Nice to meet you, Stan.
Nice to meet you, Josie. Where are you from?
I'm from Missouri.
We gotta tell you, Ernie, those were some fine arrangements tonight.
Hey, guys. Yeah, you know, I think I hit all three, eh?
What three?
Well, the band could play it, the people seemed to like the sound, and they danced to it.
Sounds like a formula.
Hey, listen, guys, I gotta go. I want to get over to the Rainbow and see Pete.
Hey, tell me say hello, will you?
Hey, what is it? You all right?
Yes, I'm fine. Thanks, though.
Listen, you shouldn't be out here alone. Can I walk you to your car or something?
I didn't drive, but I'm okay. I really should be going home.
Well, I'm heading over to the Rainbow. You want to get out of here?
Where did you say you were going?
The Rainbow, downtown, to see Pete Bridgewater and the boys.
Are you sure it's all right for me to come?
Yep. She fits in the back seat and no one else is riding with me.
That's nice. We'll see what happens with that storyline. Can you guess what might happen with that? We hope you're enjoying I'd Be Delighted tonight. And don't go away, because we are going to, in just a few minutes, go back to the program and go back to a recreation of what happened at the Rainbow Club with Pete Bridgewater and the orchestra. And it's something you're really going to want to see. And again, we're listening to the actual music recorded back in the late 40s. We're seeing real stories, recreated obviously, but what really happened, really recreating an evening in central Illinois, listening to the big bands and learning about these stories. And if you're enjoying it as much as we are here in the studio, I really hope you'll go to the phone and make a call. 333.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now for this next number, I'm going to ask a good friend of mine to come and join me. And if you think she's a good dancer, just wait till you hear her play the piano. How about it, Irma? My sister-in-law, Irma, first.
I was afraid of this Pete Bridgewater.
Irma, you know you take after your father. A whole lot of music in them bones.
1, 2, 3.
Pete and I were fortunate enough to be able to play together in our younger years with a group organized by my father. We played fraternities and sororities, and we learned quite a bit from my father on how to play stock arrangements. I was also fortunate enough to have an upbeat dad who knew how to dance and loved to dance and taught me how to dance. And I still love to dance, even at 83.
Well, the Rainbow was on First Street. It was owned by Lorraine and Tony Boswell. And we played in there weekends only. But back then, if you were a townsperson and you wanted to go to the Rainbow on a Friday and Saturday, you better get there by 8 o'clock because the students had no place else to go but there, and they would just flock that place.
Sure is nice to have Pete Bridgewater back in town.
Yeah, and it looks like he's brought a little of that California back with him.
Well, in California, of course. I mean, I ran across a lot of top-notch, main-name musicians that would take the time out to show you some things you wanted to know about the instrument they were playing, and that, in turn, allowed me to know how to teach other musicians or enhance my ability to hire sidemen that were able to do the same thing for younger musicians.
Where's their music?
It's all head arrangements.
What?
No music. It's all in the head.
Well, it's hard to explain. You start out very young and you learn your instrument and you read the things. And then from there you learn how to improvise on the things that you learn how to read. And you get to the point where your instrument becomes an extension of yourself. So instead of humming or whistling, you play it through your horn. And that's about all it amounts to. It amounts to an awful lot, but it's a thing where it takes a lot of years of practice.
Let's hear it for Irma, folks. Irma Bridgewater on piano. You guys ready? And the 1, 2, 3, 4.
I guess when I first met him, he was just suave, you know, debonair, and he wanted my phone number. I sort of shied away from him because he was so popular, and I was always so quiet, you know, kind of reserved, more or less, not outgoing. They say opposites attract. And I guess that's pretty much what it was.
Every day,
All right. We're going to take 5, but do stick around because the jamming's just begun.
Well, if it isn't the boy who made his 8th grade band swing.
Yeah, if it isn't the kid who only passed high school because his band director wanted him out of his head.
Hey, he liked my compositions and said I was one of the most talented kids to ever come through.
Yeah. Hey, when you headed out east?
Real soon, yeah. Might have an audition with Hal McIntyre's group. I'd do it for a while.
Hey, what do you say you play a little tonight?
Sure, I got my bass out in the car.
Oh, no, just play mine, anytime. Just round up the rest of the boys. You look familiar. Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
I don't know. I've heard you on the radio. You're Pete Bridgewater, right?
Yeah, that's funny.
What's funny?
Oh, the radio thing.
There was a disc jockey here in town. He was interviewing musicians and people that he thought could be celebrities, because I never considered myself one. And during the time I was out there, the bosses were listening downstairs in their office, and they wanted me to read a commercial. Anyway, I read it. After the show was over, they said, are you interested in a radio show of your own? I said, I've never done any radio till now. And it was a fluke. That's how I got into radio.
So, how long have you known Ernie Taylor?
Oh, since high school. You know, he and I used to play around at some of the shadier places together, just trying to get through high school, make a living.
He's very good.
Oh, he's an amazing musician. You know, he wrote his first composition when he was in junior high, something crazy like that.
You're very good, too.
Well, thank you. You know, there are just tons of amazing musicians around here. Just tons.
Pete was a busy guy. He was on the go. He was here, there, and everywhere, and I wasn't sure that I really wanted to get involved with that, but he kept pursuing, and I gave in.
Hey, how would you like to go for a walk? Get a little fresh air.
It's fine with me. Don't you have to play again?
Well, Ernie can hold down the fort for a while.
I don't know how the thing started at the Rainbow. I came in after everybody would come down there on Saturday night, and Pete would be down there playing, and we'd have a break, and he'd come over. He'd say, "Hey man, can you sit in for one set for me?" I say, "Yeah, I'd be glad to." So I'd get up there and sit in, and he'd get a girl and leave. So like I'd work the rest of the whole gig.
You know what they say about musicians, don't you?
What do they say?
That musicians truly love their music. That no matter what else they do, they will always love their music.
Really? Well, I'm a dancer. Sing a little, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You know what they say about dancers, don't you?
No. What do they say?
They say dancers love to dance because they love music, too.
Really? Well, hopefully they like the same kind of music, huh?
Hopefully.
Way back when you were 10 and I was 11 or so,
I said that I was your beau, and that made you happy, I know.
Then again, later when you were sweet 16,
Charming Cinderella, I was still your fella, you were still my queen.
then there came a day
little isle, you were mine alone, dear. Those good old days are gone, they passed on, never to return again. I hope you never forget to remember way back when.
This program was produced by WILL Urbana and made possible by the financial support of the Friends of WILL.
We